You've been there, right? That feeling, your heart is pounding, your palms get all sweaty, those moments where it feels like your body just completely takes over. But what if I told you that you could actually grab the steering wheel? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're unpacking some simple but incredibly powerful techniques to help you stay calm and in command, especially when it matters the most. You know that feeling. Your heart feels like it's about to just beat right out of your chest. Maybe you're about to ask someone out on a first date, or you're walking into a huge presentation. That whole physical response, it's completely automatic. But you can actually learn to control it. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about why we so often live on autopilot. Then, we'll dive into the two basic modes your body operates in. After that, the fun stuff, a practical toolkit for breathing. We'll also cover how to rewire your mind, and finally, how to go from being a passenger to being the pilot. See, for most of us, our nervous system is just kind of bouncing around all day, reacting to everything automatically. We have these physical and emotional reactions before our conscious mind even has a chance to catch up. And the problem is, these reactions are often, well, they're completely mismatched for what's actually happening. Think about it like this. A car suddenly swerves towards you. What do? You gasp. You inhale sharply. That's a fear response, right? Now, imagine someone you care about looks you in the eyes and says, "I love you." What's the natural reaction? It's a slow exhale, a sigh of relief, of openness. This shows us something fundamental. Inhaling is linked to fear, and exhaling is linked to peace. And here's the real kicker. So many of us are stuck in that inhale mode all day long. We're walking around in this state of low-grade panic, breathing as if we're constantly in danger, even when things are totally fine. So why does this happen? Well, it all comes down to your body's internal control system. It's got these two competing modes that are always at work. You can think of one as the accelerator and the other one as the brakes. Now, this whole operation is managed by something called the autonomic nervous system, or ANS for short. Just think of it like the background software on your computer. It's running all these central programs automatically. You don't tell your heart to beat, right? It just does. That's the ANS at work. And these two branches are the sympathetic system, that's your fight or flight accelerator, and it's activated by inhaling, and the parasympathetic system, which is your rest and digest brakes, activated by exhaling. The issue is, most of us spend our days with our foot slammed on the accelerator, even when we desperately need to be hitting the brakes. Okay, but now for the good news. While this whole system is automatic, you actually have a manual override, your breath. By consciously controlling how you breathe, you can tell your body exactly when to hit the gas and when to slam on the brakes. We're going to learn 3 super simple techniques you can remember as water, whiskey, and coffee breathing. First step is water breathing. I want you to think of it like a glass of water. It's pretty much always a good idea. This is your go-to for finding balance. It's so simple. Just inhale through your nose for a count of 4, and then exhale through your nose for a count of 4. That equal pacing balances the accelerator and the brakes, and it just brings you right back to center. It's perfect for a stressful meeting or a crazy commute. Next, we have whiskey breathing. You're going to use this one when you really need to calm down and relax. You inhale for a count of 4, but then you double the exhale to a slow count of 8. That long, extended exhale is a powerful signal to your body to hit the brakes. It stimulates that rest and digest system, lowering your heart rate, lowering your blood pressure. This is your secret weapon for falling asleep or just calming down when you feel overwhelmed. And finally, coffee breathing. Think of it as your natural energy shot. For this one, you focus only on the exhale. You push air out of your nose in these short, forceful bursts. Your body will automatically take care of the inhale. This is pure accelerator, giving you a quick, clean boost of energy by stimulating that fight or flight system in a very controlled way. So here it is, a quick little cheat sheet for you. Use water breathing anytime you need to find your center. Use whiskey breathing before bed or, whenever you feel totally overwhelmed. And use coffee breathing sparingly, maybe in the morning instead of that second cup of coffee, or right before a workout to get you all revved up. These breathing techniques are incredibly powerful for controlling your physical state. But for lasting change, we also have to deal with the software that's running in our heads. We've got to retrain our thought patterns so our mind starts working with us, not against us. You see, our mind runs on a very, very simple operating system. As life coach Sneha Desai explains, it basically moves towards whatever it links with pleasure, and it runs away from whatever it links with pain. That's it. This one single principle drives almost every single thing we do. And this is exactly where we get into trouble. We create this self-sabotage cycle. I mean, we know exercise is good for us, but our brain links it with the immediate pain of sore muscles. We know endlessly scrolling on our phone at midnight is bad, but our brain links it to the immediate pleasure of a dopamine hit. We are literally wired for short-term gratification, even if it leads to long-term misery. So the solution is to manually reverse these associations. Take a bad habit, say procrastinating, and actually list out all the pain it causes: the stress, the missed opportunities, the anxiety. Then take a good habit, like waking up early, and list all the pleasure it brings: the quiet morning, the productivity, the feeling of accomplishment. By consciously focusing on these lists, you literally start to rewire your brain to crave what's actually good for you. Okay, the second mental tool is all about reframing. Look, life is going to throw challenges at you. It just is. A project fails, a relationship ends, you get stuck in traffic. The default reaction for so many of us is to feel like a victim and ask, why is this happening to me? But there's a much, much more powerful question you can ask. Because while you can't always change the event itself, you can always change the meaning you give it. Instead of seeing a setback as a total failure, you can choose to see it as a lesson. The moment you ask, okay, what can I learn from this? You shift from being a powerless victim to a powerful learner. This simple reframe breaks that cycle of negativity and builds true resilience. So let's bring all of this together. We've talked about the physical hardware and the mental software. Now it's time to combine them into a strategy that puts you firmly in the driver's seat of your own experience. So here it is, your complete toolkit for taking control. It starts with just understanding your body's two modes, the accelerator and the brakes. Then, using your breath as your manual override. Water for balance, whiskey for calm, coffee for energy. From there, you consciously rewire your brain's associations, and finally, you learn to reframe every single challenge as a lesson. This is it. This is the foundation. And this brings us right back to where we started. Before that big first date, before that huge presentation, instead of just letting your heart pound and your mind race on autopilot, you can actually stop. You can take a few rounds of water or whiskey breathing. You can consciously choose to feel calm, to feel centered, and to be ready. You are no longer the passenger, you are the pilot. Ultimately, it really all comes down to this one question. From the very first breath you took when you entered this world to the very last one you'll take when you leave it, your life unfolds. The question is, will you let your nervous system just be bounced around by your environment, living on autopilot? Or will you use these simple tools to take the controls and consciously pilot your own mind and your own body? The choice is yours.
Don't miss the next content on Stable Mind YouTube channel. Support us to grow.